Hey, what is up guys? Currently Bitcoin is continuing trending down, but is up by $500 or so since the last video that I made. In today's video, we will look at the Bitcoin price action to determine if we are in the bear market. Then I will give you my personal opinion on the debate between Richard Hart and Tony Vays. This video is brought to you by DueDex. DueDex is reliable and user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange with up to 100x leverage swaps. It has one of the lowest transaction fees in the industry. The most important thing for me is there is no KYC requirements, which means they won't send your data to IRS. If you are interested, use the link in the description box below, sign up and receive your $10 registration bonus and up to $70 trading bonus. Let's take a quick look what the hell is going on with Bitcoin market. As of the time of this video, Bitcoin is currently trading around $7,400, dropping from $7,800 just yesterday and losing around $400 of its monetary value. Around 40 days ago, Bitcoin was exactly at the same price range. Since then, it had a wild close to 90-degree spike, reaching over $10,000 within one day, then gradually running out of steam and declining to the current price. The question is, are we going to decline? Wait, are we already in the bear market? Here's the thing that majority traders see and like to do. If we are in the bear market, Bitcoin will continue to decline. If you do not have a long-term vision and ability to zoom out and see a bigger picture, then I feel bad for you. Short-term extrapolation usually works, but there is always going to be unexpected moves either upwards or downwards that no one could foresee. Just like 40% spike in Bitcoin not too long ago. So should you extrapolate from here? This is not what I would recommend. In traditional financial world, the definition of the bear market is when price falls 20% or more from the recent highs, aimed widespread pessimism and negative investment sentiment. Bitcoin declined far below 20%. To be more exact, it declined by close to 46% to the current price. But I would not put Bitcoin in the same category as traditional stock market. Bitcoin is very volatile. It can spike or drop by 20% or more in one single day. However, Bitcoin price is trending down since June, which is almost 6 months already. But if we zoom out a bit and look at the slightly bigger picture, we can see that we are still trending upwards since the beginning of the year. And we are up by more than 100%. So personally, no, I do not think we are in the bear market. But if we are, I do not really care anyway. Because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to buy more Bitcoins when it drop. Now let's go to the debate between Richard Hart and Tony Vays.
Round 1. Bitcoin price analysis.
What's your reading of the current situation in the Bitcoin market?
I couldn't really explain the big run up to 14,000. In hindsight, I underestimated how little exodus out of shitcoins it takes to really pump the price of Bitcoin because it's so liquid on the exchanges. And for the time being, the exodus out of shitcoin has slowed down. And therefore the price of Bitcoin is correcting back down. I haven't seen any new mainstream people entering the space, and you need new mainstream adoption to rise the price of Bitcoin. I still remain skeptical that the bear market is over. The low might be in, but I still think there is some more downside to go this year.
All right. Do you also think that the shitcoins were responsible for that?
No. See, here's what happens. If you used to be able to do technical analysis, you could draw trend lines, you could buy the golden 5200 daily, move up. But the game has changed. It's now there's FA, which is fundamental analysis. There's TA, which is technical analysis, and now we've got CA, which is China analysis. On the daily death cross, 5200 cross, we pumped 40% up on President Xi's good blockchain news. The Asian market responds to news instantly because they are engaged in a way that the West is not. In the West, when President Trump tweets, he said bad things about Bitcoin, and Tim Mnuchin, the head of Treasury Department, said that it was a national security issue, that they don't like blockchain, and I expected the price to move down. Instead, the price went up 10%, And then the next day it moved down with a delay of lag because the traders in the United States aren't engaged in the same way that Asian traders are. So now if you do price analysis like Tone does, and you don't have your ear to the ground in Asia, you're unqualified.
Anything to add?
I've always been a believer in technical analysis. I don't believe the average person has the resources nor the ability to do fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is something left to hedge funds, people that can hire a bunch of interns, people that can hire a bunch of analysts. As an average trader, you use technical analysis. Just because I wasn't able to do a great job in timing the $3,000 low for the big run up to 14,000, it doesn't mean that technical analysis failed. If I paid more attention, if I was trading and not traveling the world, I'm pretty sure I would have done a better job. I still think if you're going to be a retail trader, the only chance you have is to be a good technical analyst.
Do you know how easy it is to press buy when the president of China tweets everyone that he loves the blockchain? It's the easiest thing in the world. Do you know how easy it is to buy when you see that the Asian markets are limit up 10% on any stock that even loosely involves the word blockchain? It was the easiest long in the history of longs. Any fundamental now, China analysis is the only thing that matters. When real retail people have earned enough money to get back into the market in the West and start to play until they get wrecked. Listen, everyone that's trying to make money, you're going to lose money trading, okay? For sure. The reason that you go to Vegas and those giant buildings are built is because it's built on losers. And if you go and you trade, you will be destroyed, you will be wrecked. You do not have any advantage over anyone else in the market. Tone Vays sells an indicator on his website for $800 called the TD indicator. He sells an indicator called TD because it was invented by a guy named Tom DeMark. He doesn't pay Tom DeMark. If you want to learn trading, maybe you should learn it from the guy that he's trying to impersonate and actually license a Tom DeMark product or go to his seminars.
Anything to add?
Sure. If you think trading is easy, that's the fastest way you will actually get wrecked. The TD indicator, I made a couple of changes, and basically what you're paying for is you can do it yourself. You can do it for free. The code is public. The math is public, I should say. What you're basically paying for is the code that I programmed for TradingView. And you can either code it yourself for TradingView. You can use free versions. They're all out there. I announce it. Hey, you can use a free version. I can't vouch for the accuracy of the math in the free versions. And all you're paying for is the effort that it took me to code up the math that is publicly available.
Firstly, I prefer richer heart approach by looking at fundamental analysis, China analysis, and news in general. Because this is where we can find massive and unexpected Bitcoin spikes, rather than just looking at the price chart just like Ton does. What I really do not like about Ton, what he said is, I was always a big believer of technical analysis. I do not believe that an average person has an ability or resources to do fundamental analysis, since fundamental analysis is left to hedge funds. This is such a bullshit. If you're a big believer of technical analysis, show me your track record. In addition to that, anyone can do fundamental analysis. If you're a hedge fund manager or an average retail investor, you have exactly the same information that is available to everyone else. So Tan, it just does not fit in my mind that you really publicly said that. I am 100% agreed with Richard. If you are going to trade, especially that day trade bullshit, you are going to get wrecked. No questions asked. You have no edge whatsoever when you are doing day trading. By the way, while back I created video why day trading does not work. Definitely would recommend watching it. I will leave a link to that video in the description box below. $800 TD indicator? What kind of bullshit is that? I do not believe in any indicators when it comes to technical analysis. Analysis paralysis. Let me explain. I work for Fortune 500 companies, and if I know earnings report before earnings release to public, I know for a fact if stock is going to go up or down before anyone else. I have an information edge, and no technical indicator can predict that. However, it is illegal to have information edge. It calls inside trading. My point is, price follows fundamentals, not vice versa.
Round 3. Limits of Bitcoin.
Richard said that Bitcoin is one of the fastest appreciating assets in the human history. And that's actually the only valuable thing about Bitcoin. There is nothing else about Bitcoin which is useful. Tone, I guess you don't agree.
No, of course not. Bitcoin is the only product that is the only cryptocurrency, the only blockchain out there that is actually decentralized, that is actually secure. The amount of mining that goes into it, the amount of code review and the developers that are coding it. And yes, occasionally there will be bugs found and those bugs will be fixed. There is absolutely zero, no one can actually exploit those bugs. The latest inflation bug that was found, it would be totally stupid for anyone to exploit it because all value in all blockchains would go to zero. If the value of Bitcoin goes to zero, anything decentralized in the crypto space immediately dies because then there's actually people with value in Bitcoin that will never invest in any other cryptocurrency. The whole idea of store of value would be gone. You can exploit Litecoin, you can exploit Ethereum because you always have Bitcoin to exit into. It doesn't work the same going backwards. You can't exit through a shitcoin.
Everything he just said is false, okay? He took an argument that works for why miners attack the network less, because then all their mining equipment be worth less, and then he extended it to a place that 100% does not work. If you're a criminal and you don't have any money, and you have the opportunity to steal a shitload of money, you're gonna steal that money, okay? Just like we've seen exchanges get hacked over and over and over again, and then they sell that money that they stole. And the system still works after they stole it, right? That everyone's still happy to keep sending their money to the same exchange. Nothing that he said is accurate. If you steal the money and you hack the money, then people are still gonna use Bitcoin.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what I said. The reason why people want to steal Bitcoin is because the protocol is sound and Bitcoin remains valuable. There is actually some incentive to 51% attack shitcoins. We've seen Verge 51% attacked. We've seen Ethereum Classic 51% attacked. Eventually, Litecoin will be 51% attacked as their hash rate continues to go down. Bcash, it would be 51% attacked if it wasn't too centralized in order to create checkpoints to kind of basically for them to do whatever they want with the code. The thing is, you can't really exploit Bitcoin code anymore. Might have done it back in 2010 with that initial inflation bug because Bitcoin was really irrelevant at the time. But now you wouldn't do it because you destroy value. You won't be able to profit from that.
Anything to add?
I assure you that the hackers that don't hold that much Bitcoin, which is why in their business of stealing it instead of just watching it appreciate and living on an island, they don't give a shit if they're the first person to sell it. They're the first person to do the hack. They could open shorts before they do the hack, and then they could make money on their shorts and on the money that they just stole. Further,
they can't. You can't make money on a short. If you short, let's say Litecoin, and then you go, if you do it with Litecoin, if you short Bitcoin, your rewards are in the form of Bitcoin. So if you short Bitcoin,
the CME is cash settled, and it's you can sell cash settled CME. Not everything is BitMEX. Not everything settles in fiat. Not everything settles in the shitcoin or a liquid crypto, right? The founder of XRP was the richest guy in the world. Now he's not. Why? Because he had illiquidity, right? The CME is not running out of money. You can short as much on the CME as you could possibly want. And there's other cash settled futures products like Backed, which is releasing options soon, even like. You could also do Quantos and trade in another coin that didn't get hacked. So everything he's saying is false.
Sure, you can short in the CME. They're starting to get a little bit of volume. Everyone always trades in the crypto space. And if you destroy Bitcoin, great. You just prevented me from wasting my next 5 years. I can move on to another profession. The point is believing that if you destroy Bitcoin and some other shitcoin is going to rise to the top is delusional.
Tone is a terrible trader. Okay, he called the Bitcoin top at 7,000 and it went to 20,000. He has a good excuse for it, right? The easiest long in the entire world, when President Xi said nice things about crypto, he missed because instead of trading and making money, which he pretends to be good at, he's teaching people, selling them a copy of Tom DeMark's indicator that he did barely anything to for $800 on his website. It's really $850, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He sells you dinner with him for $250 because he can't make enough money trading to be able to eat dinner with you for free, okay? He sells for $850 for his trading course, $450 for his stupid indicator they copied off Tom DeMark. And by the way, he tells you can't use it safely unless you get my education. And all he's going to tell you to do is wait for the next candle to wait for confirmation, because that's what Tom DeMark says in his book. All right? He's a terrible trader. He has a terrible. If you counter trade him, you're going to make more money. Now, what does he do to try and hide the fact he's a terrible trader? He says shitcoins suck. Right? And it's been a wonderful position to say shitcoins suck, because they do, right? But that doesn't mean he's good at trading. It doesn't mean you should give him money.
You don't have to give me money. I don't scam people. I offer services, and if you want to pay for them, you pay for them. If you don't want to pay for them, you don't have to pay for them. At least I'm not printing fake money and giving it away and getting rich on the back end of it.
I agreed that Son is a terrible trader. I remember he called $1,000 bottom when Bitcoin was at $3,000, and that never happened. Then he was super bearish when Bitcoin increased from $3,000 to $5,000. I would have to agree with Richard that if you counter trade him, you would probably make more money.
Round 4. Is Richard Hart launching a shitcoin?
Richard, you are about to launch
Yes.
your own cryptocurrency
Correct.
this month, which is Hex, which is, as far as I understand, is a certificate. Yeah, exactly. Certificate of deposit on the blockchain, which can be used to earn interest.
Yes.
So, Tone, you define Hex, Richard's upcoming project, a shitcoin. So, why do you think it's a shitcoin?
He created it out of thin air. He's basically selling you monopoly money, and he has a shit ton of it. And if he gives enough of it away, and he convinces people to promote it, and pays a bunch of trolls and sock puppets to leave comments all over the internet promoting this monopoly money he gave away, he gets to make a lot of money on the back end because he's probably holding the majority of it.
Can you defend it?
So while Tone pretends to be able to predict price and pretends to be good at things so that he charges you for them, I charge you for nothing. I offer better price calls than he does, and I offer better performance than he does. And I don't delete my calls. He may not either. So just go and look them up historically. I called the 20K Christmas when the price was 4K. I called short at 19K. You can go verify this. He was wrecked the entire way, okay? Now, about giving people money. You can give him money on your credit card, on your PayPal, on your Bitcoin, anyway, because he's broke and he needs your money. I don't need your money. I retired in 2003. I give you free price calls, free chat, now free tokens, free self-help books. You can't pay me money. You don't know my Bitcoin address. You can't pay me credit card. I don't have any shopping cart where you could possibly pay me. So to be called a scammer by this guy that will do anything he can to make money, when I do everything for free as a retired serial entrepreneur, is absurd to me. Now, while he talks about crypto and pretends he knows what it's about, I'm actually building it. I'm actually designing it. When I first got into Bitcoin, it was free, and I mined it for free. And that's why I went all in on it after I got it for free. Now, the only people that are getting freemium onboarding is Ravencoin and Ethereum and Monero, because you can mine it for free. And Hex.
Tone, any replies?
If he had any money left, he wouldn't be printing money, right? So my guess is he went broke a little while ago, probably due to terrible trading, and now he has resorted to printing his own money and promoting it so he can get rich on the money that he's printing. What I do is I travel the world and I teach people how to trade. If you don't want to pay to learn how to trade, you can learn it for free. That's all it is.
Can you imagine the tragedy of paying him to learn how to lose all your money when you could lose all your money on your own naturally? I give better price calls than him for free, period. Furthermore, Bitcoin cannot do time-locked interest. You can lock your coins in Bitcoin, you receive no rewards. If you want to replace the CD, which has $7.2 trillion in the United States and China, someone has to build it. I built it. It's open source. I give it for free to Bitcoin holders. We have 2 security audits from 2 different companies and 1 economics audit. And one of the auditors is tied for top best auditor in the world for Solidity contracts. This guy cosplays and talks about crypto, but when someone actually tries to make the world a better place and tries to give you something for free and try and let you buy a new thing that could go very high when Bitcoin's already 10,000, you're buying my bags I bought for 30. The people who get rich in Bitcoin are 3 people. Shills who make money selling you stuff with no risk. People that enable the shills, margin trading places, of which I told you my link earlier, right? And token founders.
Tone, you really don't think that this new cryptocurrency can help Bitcoin?
So apparently Richard's solution to the financial problems isn't Bitcoin. It's more free perpetual interest at what? 7% a year, 10% a year? Are you at BitConnect's rates of 1% a day yet? When are you gonna do that? When are you gonna offer people 1% interest a day?
But I would agree with Ton that if Bitcoin would go to zero, 99% of cryptocurrencies would disappear. Also, I agree that Richard's Hex coin is indeed a shitcoin with some predetermined interest rate. But hey, 95% of altcoins are shitcoins. Overall, I think Richard Hart won the debate, not because he created a shitcoin, but because Ton is indeed a terrible trader. Let me know what you guys think about this debate and who won. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, hit that like button and subscribe.